In today's video, we're going to talk about wholesaling versus tax lien and deed investing and share with you which one is more profitable and a little bit of the pros and the cons to each of those. So very excited to dive into this video today. If you're first tuning into this channel, I need to learn how to talk. But here we show you how to buy properties for 40 to 90% below market value with creative real estate strategies. Now, if you're just getting started or whether or not you're a seasoned pro, you're probably going to have a few approaches to real estate investing. So what we do is we do both. We do wholesaling and fixing and flipping, but we also do tax deed investing as well. And both can be extremely profitable for you. However, there are pros and cons to each one. So let's talk about the pros of wholesaling, okay? So what I love about wholesaling is the fact that you really don't have to risk a lot of money to do a deal. Like, to be fair, you don't really have to risk any money to actually do the deal. You're gonna have a refundable earnest money deposit. And the average profit on a wholesale deal could be anywhere between, for us, it's about $10K to $30,000 profit in our pocket per deal. Now, there is a little bit of a marketing budget that we allocate to that, and the average person is probably going to spend maybe between $3,000 to $5,000 to get a deal using traditional marketing methods like direct mail or bandit signs or Craigslist to find these motivated sellers. We actually have it down to about $1,500 to $2K-ish in business operation costs to get that deal. So there is that side of the business as well as far as the cost that's involved. Now, as far as the pros and cons of wholesaling, first off, very little risk, very high profit margins. Now, the downside to wholesaling is the fact that it's hard to find deals. And that's one of the things we help you with here on this channel, is how to find those deals. And actually below this video is a special link to a free training where we show you how to get those deals if you want to check that out. So moving forward here, if you're going to do tax deed investing as well, tax deed investing can be an excellent opportunity to find properties for us, sometimes as much as 90% below market value. Now, the pros and cons of that are there's going to be a lot of tax deed sales that are very competitive, and some people might go to a sale and maybe they don't get anything, or maybe the property's bid up to above market value. And then maybe they go to 2 or 3 sales like this, and then all of a sudden, oh, tax deeds don't work, that's too competitive, and things like that. So they do work, you just have to do your research, and like anything, put in a little bit of time and study to learn how to do it. So coming back to just kind of blending this all together, the ultimate option is I think you should do both. Wholesaling and fixing and flipping to build up some cash flow. And you don't really want to invest in tax deeds unless you have a decent little cushion that you're okay playing with. And what I mean by that is, first off, remember, if you're buying a tax deed property, which for new people to the channel, is a house that a homeowner has stopped paying the taxes on, and then the government is selling that property for the back taxes owed. So that's the starting bid on the property. So for example, I always like using our funeral home, which is a property, commercial property we bought for under $7,000. What was it? 61? 60. Yeah. We bought it for, I think, $6,100. It's worth 75 grand. Has a renter paying us $1,000 a month. Really great deal. Now, the problem with tax deeds is, one, you have to do your own title research. So if there's a sale coming up with 100 properties, you're going to have to manually research every single title to make sure you're not going to buy something that has maybe a hidden lien or something that doesn't get removed at the sale. One of the beauties of a tax deed sale is it does wipe out mortgages, which is very nice, which is going to give you the ability to buy this property mortgage free. Now, the other side of the coin on this, though, is you often, most of the time, you can't see inside that property. So first off, you have to do your own title work. You need to make sure that's on point. If you get a title company to research all of your tax deed properties and you're dealing with, say, 100 properties, that could be anywhere between $2,500 to $5,000. So it just doesn't make sense. So you really need to learn how to be on point with your title research. And if you've made it this far in the video and you like it, now's the time to hit that thumbs up button or subscribe, as we always forget to say that. Back on track. So when it comes to the tax deed sale, there is a very high profit potential, but there's also a much higher risk versus with wholesaling, where you have a very, very low risk, meaning if you screw up the title research on that property, the title company is going to find out, and you might be out a little bit of time, but at the end of the day, you're not really going to be out money if you screw up your preliminary title research on a wholesale deal. Now, the biggest problem with wholesaling is the fact that you're going to have a hard time finding these deals. And I can tell you, if you're relying on like Craigslist and Zillow and the MLS or bandit signs, word of mouth, like it's a tough gig if that's the way you're going, because first off, if you're doing that, you're often fighting for scraps with everybody else. And you really need to go upstream to get these deals ahead of everyone else. And also, the average person is going to work with a real estate agent in one regard or another. So you should always have a real estate agent on your team for helping you with deals and things like that. It can be a great relationship. But if you're relying on a real estate agent to bring you deals and you're not like one of his top insider guys, meaning like the real estate agent is going to either work with probably two types of people. He has his short list of people who are the serious buyers in town. Like when you bring a good deal to this type of buyer, they buy because they know that it's a good deal. And those are always going to be the first people that the real estate agent goes to. So if you're not buying multiple properties a month and closing cash and doing this stuff quick, then by the time the real estate agent brings you the deal, most of the time they've shopped it around and the savvy investors in town have already passed on that deal. So if you're relying on realtors and things like that and you're not in the game hardcore, it's probably not the best deal. So that's why at the end of the day, you need to go upstream to get these deals, and that's what we help you do. So below this link is a special video that I recorded where I tell you the number one thing you must do to get properties for 40 to 90% below market value. So just kind of recapping here, wholesaling versus tax lien and deed investing, they're both really great options. If you're just starting out and you don't have a lot of money, wholesaling is definitely going to be a great way to go because you don't actually have to buy the property. You don't have to be on point with your title research, and you can make, 10K to 30K net profit within under 30 days on average. Now, the tax deed side of it, there's gonna be some competitive sales. Things might get bid up to above market value, but there's also gonna be those big home runs. And with everything that's happening in the economy these days and all of that, there's gonna be a wave of tax deed properties that probably unlike anything you've seen in a long time. So my recommendation is to definitely practice both disciplines and research it. And that's what we're here to help you to do on this channel. So if you like what we have to offer, you can hit that subscribe button, ask a question below in the comments. We'd love to help you out there. And once again, below the video is a link to a special training that I do where I go and tell you the one thing you must do to get property for 40 to 90% below market value. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.